Learning Zilu Nishmas Etta Ahuva bas Yaakov Maseches Nazir Perek Hey Mishna Hey. Hoyu Mahalchim Baderech. There were 6 people going on the road. So that's in the continuation of the Mishnah. Echad ba kinegden. There's one person coming towards them. So each of the 6 people say something. They're Mekabel Naziris ala Tanai. We'll see. Omar Echad, the first one says, one of the 6 says, Hareini Nazir Shazeh Ploini. I'm going to be a Nazir if this person that's coming next to us is, let's say, Shimon. And the second person says, Echad Omer, Hareini Nazir she'ein zeh ploni. I'm going to be a Nazir because on the side that this is not Shimon. I know it's not Shimon. I want to become a Nazir if it's not Shimon. The third one says, Hareini Nazir she'echad mikem Nazir. He says on the first 2, if one of you is a Nazir, I'm also a Nazir. And the fourth one says, She'ein echa mikem Nazir. If one of you is not a Nazir, then I'll be a Nazir. The fifth one says, Sheshnechem Nazirim. Also referring to the first 2, that you are both Nazirim, then I'll be a Nazir. And the sixth one says, Shekulcham Nazirim. If everyone up until now is a Nazir, then I'll be a Nazir also. So Beishami Ayrim Kula Nazirin. Why? Some of them, it's clearly that he's obviously not a Nazir. So the Beis Shammai's L'shitase, like we had in the last Mishnah in this Perek, that Hegdish B'tois Havi Hegdish. So over here, even though it's not Niskaimu Devarav, since he made this Naziris B'tois is a Nazir. Beis Hillel says, Einei Nazir, Elami Shaloi Niskaimu Devarav. He's not a Nazir, only the person that it wasn't Niskai and Devarav. So the Gemara says, what do you mean? Shaloi, the opposite. The one that was Niskai Devarav, he should be a Nazir. So the Gemara in the first Teret says, Enochanami, you have to switch it around. Eine Nazir, Ela Misha Niskai Devarav. He's not a Nazir except the one that it was Niskayim Devarav. And the second Teret of the Gemara says that it's talking about a case that he said, even if my first wishes weren't true, I want to be a Nazir besides that. So, Ein a Nazir, el mishalei niskayim dvarav harishainim, it means that his first dvarav weren't niskayim, but his second dvarav is niskayim, and he's going to be a Nazir out that. Reb Tarfon says, Ein echad mehem Nazir. Neither of them is a Nazir. This is a Reb Tarfon shita. We find other Mishnayos that Reb Tarfon says, Ein naziris ela lahafla. It has to be clear, 100% clear, and since it's not 100% clear in his Naziris, none of them is 100% clear because Bishas the Naziris, they didn't know what the story was, so therefore he's not a Nazir. Which interesting is, in Beis Hillel we said 2 pshatim in the Gemara, and there's a Rambam that says a different pshat. So the Taisus Yantav is metame. What do you mean? The Gemara doesn't say this pshat. Where's the Rambam coming from? So the Taisus Yantav says that since Ladina there's no nafkamina, Harishus Nesuna Lefarish, you can be Mefarish, not like the Gemara. And he says, She'ein ani roya hefresh bein Pirish HaMishnah le Pirish HaMikra. There's no difference whether you're being Mefarish a Mishnah or you're being Mefarish a Pasuk in the Torah. He says when it comes to being Mefarish Psukim in the Torah, Harishus Nesuna Lefarish b'Mikrois, Kasher Einenu Rois, Chibura Pirushim Shemimois HaGemara. We find that there were many pshatim said over the years in the Psukim. As long as it, Shetzarach Shelo Yachriya, as long as you're not Seiser Gemara, you could say whatever pshat you want in the Chumash. So Zokta Taisis Yamtiv, that who adin when it comes to Mishnayos, as long as you're not Seiser Adin, you can be Mefarish whatever pshat you want in the Mishnah. Taisis Yamtiv is brought down by the Rishash, a few places in Shas. Mishnah Vav, Hirsiel Achurav. Let's say this one person that was coming opposite never approaches us. He makes a U-turn, and we have no idea if it was the person, if it was the Pliny that we were referring to, if it was the Shimon we were referring to, or if it wasn't. So the Tanakama, who the Gemara explains is Rabbi Yehuda, says, Einei Nazir. This machlekes we've had other places. Also, Rabbi Yehuda held, when it comes to Naziris or Nadarim, Loi Mochas Inish Nafshel Tzveika, so anything to Safik, you go Lakula and he's not a Nazir. However, Rabbi Shimon Omer, he always argues and he says that Safik Naziris Lahachmer, and therefore he should make a Tana, Yoimim Hoya Kidvar Hareini Nazir Chayva. If I was correct, then I'm a Nazir Chayva, Ve'im Lav Hareini Nazir Nedava. And if not, I'm bringing the Nazir as a Nedava.